Sarah, what was the experience like to officiate a Super Bowl, not only to have that major accomplishment in your career, but to also break the barrier and become the first woman to officiate a Super Bowl?
It was wonderful. I mean, everybody that was assigned that game, the entire crew and replay, the alternates, it's one that you hope at some point during your career you get the call to work a Super Bowl, because you want to rank out number one at your position. All of us do in any occupation, right? But knowing that this was a historic moment is just that much more impactful. Of course, with my kids there, my two boys, and of course my little girl, but just getting it done. And getting the call is one thing, and then I know I've got a job to do, and then once that job is completed and it's to the elite status that we want it, then I can celebrate and take a breath and really look back on the walk and the journey from that call until the game was over, and it all was just amazing.
Did you have a favorite moment in the game?
My favorite, of course, was whenever I saw my kids. That was it. Going and working the game. It's a game. We literally prepare for every Sunday in the NFL like it's a Super Bowl. We just do. They're the best athletes in the world, and we want to give them our best. So that's how we prepare. The second memorable was when the game was over and I was able to just take it in with the confetti. And some of the guys that had worked the game before, they said, just take a moment, don't leave the field immediately. And I didn't. I stayed out there for a good bit. Then I went to find my kids again and point to them and blow them kisses. And then I made my way in, picked up some confetti and a little bit of turf and called it a night.
I saw some clips that came out after of players from the Bucks and the Chiefs. I think Mike Evans, Patrick Mahomes, Shaq Barrett before the game, just showing congratulations to you. How much does that mean to you, knowing that the players that you work so hard to do right by respect you on that level?
It's what you want. It's what you want when you're officiating NFL, college, wherever you may be officiating, and really in any occupation. You want the respect of those that know that you are managing or leading and go unnoticed. But it's a congratulations to all of them too. And ever since I've been in the NFL, there have been more congratulations to me, or Sarah, it's an honor to be on the field with you, or I've got daughters and they're watching you and it means a lot to me what you're doing. It's been that more than anything negative.
Can you explain what the selection process was like to be selected for the Super Bowl? It has to do with how you guys are rated, your crews are rated throughout the course of the season, correct?
That's right. So we are graded, every play in the NFL is graded by supervisors and coaches, and we call our trainers our coaches. And they look at every play, every flag that's thrown, the plays that maybe coaches call in concerned about. And you don't want to get the incorrect calls. You want to make sure when you throw the flag that it's there. And that goes with training and experience. And so there's 17 down judges in the NFL. And I don't know what the percentage would be by me ranking number one to get the Super Bowl versus the guy that ranked number two. It was probably a very, very small percentage.
How would you rate your performance and how you officiated the Super Bowl?
I feel great about it, and I feel great about the crew. Our motto before we went out was we need to be elite, because this is an elite game. These players are elite at what they do. And when we left that field, we did that. We had an elite performance.
You said before the game that you might get a little teary-eyed when you get out there. What was the moment for you that did it?
I didn't actually when I got on the field, but when I saw my children and family and friends walk into the stadium, it was perfect timing. I saw them walking across to get to their seats just as I was hitting that side or that end zone, and I whistled. And my daughter told me that night, she said, "Mom, I heard this whistle," and I just knew it couldn't be my mom. And I turned around and you're pointing at us. And that moment just kind of sealed the deal that, hey, here I am, they're here, they're safe. And I just got into that zone that I need to get into to work.
Yeah, I also read something else that your daughter said she was talking about what she wanted to be, and she said she wanted to be a ref like her mom. How neat is that to know that you have such an impact on your daughter, and then I'm sure lots of other young girls too?
Yes, she did tell me that. And then one time we were just sitting there talking, and she said, "Hey, mom, because you get to wear your hair out now, then I can when I get to be older and just be a girl and just be me." So, thinking of her wanting to be an official, and that it's not like, can girls do that? Which I asked so many years ago. She doesn't have to ask that question. Another thing, too, my two sons this past year, I know COVID had hit, but they both were like, "Mom, we want to get into officiating." And just to hear them say that is just it's what you dream, that your kids would want to follow in your footsteps, and that hopefully you're doing something right to inspire them.
We have to go back to the hair because this is very important. So I actually noticed that in your first few years, your hair was pulled back, tucked up. And then I heard that it was your supervisor that said that was something that he preferred that you do. But now you're so noticeable on the field because of the ponytail. And it might sound trivial, but how big is that for you to know that you have earned the right to, you're respected enough that you can let people know you're a woman, you can be spotted on the sideline because you have a ponytail, and know that you are qualified as others, if that makes sense.
Karen, I think that's the best I've ever heard it explained. Yes, when you just said earned the right to do so, that's what Gerald Austin knew in 2007 when he hired me. He's walked that walk. He's been on the field, and he knows that judgment comes in all form and fashions: male, white, black, male, female, black, white. But he wanted me to tuck my hair so they didn't immediately go, "Oh, Lon's a girl out here. She can't do that." To protect me, if you will, and I respect him for that. But when he told me to wear little or no makeup, I said, "There's no way that I'm not going to do that." But earning the right. So 2 years ago, they were asking me would I wear my hair in a ponytail, and I told them the only way that I would is if I had a snapback, because I just don't like the way it looks hanging down in a fitted hat. And so, with everything going on in 2020 and just your social injustice and diversity, the timing was just perfect. And the amount of people that have talked about my ponytail, which I love, that you can be feminine and beautiful, but you can also, you know, tote your own, if you will. But you're right, it's earning that respect to say, hey, it's not about her being a female, it's about her being an official, and just let her be a female.
Now, do you put extra pressure on yourself, maybe more so on the front end of your career, to prove that you belong on the sidelines just as much as a man does, because you know that there are still people that will more harshly judge you because you are a woman?
And I like how you said that too. I don't ever go out trying to prove people wrong, but I do know that I need to prove that I belong, right? And so earlier in my career, I don't ever consider it pressure. I just, because I was always one of the girls or one of the guys, being the only girl out there with brothers and just playing sports with them growing up. So it wasn't a novelty to me, but yes, I knew the importance of getting it right on the sideline. But the added pressure of being a female, not to say, because being around the men in this occupation, it's pressure all the way around. And we just know that we've got to manage our position, do our job well. You cannot hide in this career path. I mean, you're on the big stage all the time. And so I just never have considered it pressure because I was a female. I just knew it was pressure because of the job that I've got to do.
You talk about wanting to be a mentor to young women who might want to follow in your footsteps, but you're sort of the one blazing the trail. So, as far as mentors for you, you had to have had men that were allies to bring you along.
That's right, I did, because they didn't look like me. They were all men. So not only, and that's probably one of the obstacles, if you will, being the only female, finding that male role model or mentor that was an ally, but also respecting his family and his wife, and being very delicate in respecting her first and foremost, for her to be comfortable with him to talk with me about my journey. And there were a few that I've become very close with. I'm very close with their spouses and their kids, and it's great. Yes, it is wonderful to be now a mentor to other females, that they can call me up and we can shoot the bull about anything. And it did take a little bit of time to trust me being able to ask that stupid question and then not, go, oh, well, she's been in for 2 years. Why is she asking that question? To have that level of comfort and knowing that the females can do that with me, it means a lot.